on, guys? We're here. We're back again. Deck of the week. Second community deck build of the season. Shout out Hida Kenshiro, aka Meat Juices in the Discord, for asking, begging, pleading. We should do more of these. Pressure was on, and it was real, and I'm really glad we got to meet up and do that. It wasn't really pressure at all. It's actually a real good idea to get our heads brewing, because some of the guys in the Pack Boys community proper have real good brew brain, I'd say. They know what cards to add and how to get big. So I like doing these little community events where we can put this all together and try to build a commander based off my own choice. So why we did this, what we did this for, who we did this for. I like to keep the community deck builds based around like new sets that drop and then legendary creatures from that set. Not necessarily if they're from the commander set, to be the focus of the community deck build, so we stay relevant to new stuff dropping, and then also kind of break our brains. And I chose from the Jumpstart set of the new current Magic card Foundations set. I keep hearing set and saying set. So the words lose their meaning somewhere along the way. But what I like this because in the Jumpstart, moving forward, I think what they're doing for the Jumpstart product is adding the anime art, as almost all the cards, new and reprinted, have anime. And I just like that it's cute. Does a set of all sets contain itself? That's where you got yourself fucked up right there, Psycor. There are sets within sets. There's a thing called the list in Magic cards. I know we're in the segment right now, but I will say there are sets within sets. Look up what the list is. Again, I'll take you down whatever avenue you want to go down, guys, in Magic cards, but you gotta do your own research. I'll just kind of, like the Velvet Room, shout out Persona. So what I chose was Plagon, Lure of the Beach, Starfish Wizard. I just love the anime art. It's a little jellyfish starfish riding on a turtle. It's cute. King of the Beach, shout out Waves. When Plagon, Lure of the Beach enters, draw a card for each creature you control with toughness greater than its power. Toughness is the defense, that's this little part. Power is here. And then you could pay white or blue. That's important because we can add white cards in the deck because it's part of the commander identity technically. Target creature, even though this is the mana cost, its commander identity will sometimes include abilities, okay? Target creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power this turn. So what his whole deal is us benefiting off our defense, our big butts, our BBLs, so to speak, and then stomping you with our BBLs, okay? To speak in layman's terms, it's kind of what we're doing here. I know in 2036 we're not gonna know what BBL really means, but since we're in the meme, we're throwing our butts, okay, guys? Our posteriors, our back ends, our defense at our opponents, okay? And I thought it was funny to get the Pack Boys together, think of some broken cards. There's a couple of non-negotiable cards. I wanted a budget of realistically $250 to $350, but at the end of the day, we left it at $474. You guys could budget this however you want. It's gonna be on Moxfield. So the deck will be in the description, and I'll post it in the Discord for Decklist posts as well, and let everyone know. Don't worry. But cards like Delaney, Streetwise Lookout, even though he's a new card from the previous set before Duskmourn, it's escaping me, I know, Murders of Markov Manor, he's still relevant too, holding his price for $30. Not to get MTG Game State on you, but his whole deal is if an ability of a creature you control with power 2 or less triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. Plagon's power is 0, so we're gonna get benefit of like you get what I'm saying? We want to double our commander's ability for drawing cards off power, hopefully get unlimited hand, and then like keep a big hand and throw our big butts at you, like with Charx, who's a 0/17 Leviathan Crab, okay? And again, that card we mentioned in the prior segment of MTG Game State with the card that gives creatures that are Leviathans only able to be blocked by Leviathans, boom, we're hitting that. And that had a big butt too. And then Brago is gonna like blink our commander. Blink is where you basically have abilities that target a permanent and have it disappear and re-enter, so to speak, from the battlefield. creating a whole new creature, even though it's doing the same thing. So again, we're gonna try to benefit with like our Delaney and Brago, kind of expensive cards I know, to get into value city. Armored Armadillo, we have some weird uncommon stuff in this as well. Flump we had to add, he was a non-negotiable. He's just a 0/4 with Ward 1, and then we can make him a big power on the back end, so to speak, just to trick you. I thought that was really funny. It's just a 1-drop 0/4 to really jump into and trigger our draw and swinging ability. So there's a lot of creatures like Felidar Guardian, kind of gonna go hard combo into just blinking shit nonstop. Alash Norn had to go in just because it's gonna again trigger our enters the battlefield abilities on just pretty much anything. Same with Deep Gnome Terramancer, he's just gonna double up on that. So again, there's all the cards, and then we got a little protection with stuff that's giving us ward like Unsettled Mariner, just some little cheeky cards in there. Shout out Restless Tornado, he recommended Kaikar towards the end, right before we're about to get everything together. I think what he's doing is gonna go really dummy with our stuff. He's a flyer with a mid butt, a 3/4. But he has, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, choose one, exile another target creature you control, return that card to the battlefield at its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So again, we're getting blinks. We're getting blinks, like Soul Herder, we're getting blinks, okay? Yoked Ox, a little shout out to my usernames across Magic cards. Had to go in, non-negotiable. Yorion in the card, not as a partner, or as a companion, just because again, he's gonna do some blink stuff. So we're having that and then doing some stack stuff, like we're gonna do Windfall, we're gonna do all the counters, Silence, Negate, Permission Denied. And this part was really tough to do between all of our spells, trying to do things that kind of focus on destroying everything that was higher than our defense on the board for our board wipes was easy, but just picking the spells of what we need to do for our instance, we kind of just leaned into the most CEDH, I'd say, competitive, angry, aggro instance and sorceries you usually would find. Same with the Mana Rocks, just all ramp. And in the playtesting of this, we really found, because we're running 28 lands, we had to really go down on land because we're ramping pretty high with our artifacts really well, and we're drawing a lot from our commander's ability. So we're kind of in our era when we get popped off. And our enchantments are just going to be really cheap stuff, again, like Stacks Pieces, Ghostly Prison, Combat Research is going to help us draw, be unblockable. Brave the Sands is going to give you Vigilance. I'm just highlighting the little spices because I want you guys to click the link so you see what's really in this and playtest it yourselves. And then Castle is a card I put in. It's just really funny. Untapped creatures you control get +2, so our defense on our big butt guys gets a little bit extra value. So that's just a quick introductory of what we're trying to do with Plagon and the community deck build, where we went. I want to shout out Hida, and I want to shout out Restless Tornado for getting in there. I know all the other pack boys submitted decks as well, or cards for the build as well, and some chatters as well in the live that we made new friends along the way with. So it's kind of interesting, kind of funny. And yeah, we'll get into a quick playtest. These little stats will be there on the Mox field. See our hand. Maximum hand size is good to draw into. I'm kind of going to risk it for the biscuit on this. We'll playtest this hand. Draw. Enters tapped unless you control 2 or more opponents. Okay, so that's good to have. Boom. And we'll go next turn, turn 2. Draw. Play land. Boom. Play this. Tap these for that. Boom. All right, turn 3. We're just go fishing this real quick. Boom. So we can play our commander right now. We got some stuff that will protect us, get some big boy stuff, big boy action. Whenever an opponent casts a spell, you may draw a card unless that player pays 1. So we might as well just cast Heuristic Study and kind of go into a ramp phase, I guess. Keep them guessing. And boom, we'll draw. We could maybe even play Solemn Simulacrum. We might have drawn a card, let's say, from our opponent doing stuff. We got our Solemn was the card we pulled from Ristic. We drew into a mountain on our turn, let's say. We could tap for 3, play our commander. We have 2 up. really nothing I can do right now. I mean, I can give Psalm on my next turn, even though it doesn't really do much, a big butt. When he enters, draw a card for each creature you control of toughness greater than its power. We missed his whiff, but we're just going to cast anyways. I don't really like the deck tests, and this is where we're ending it here. I don't really like the deck tests online because it's not like a true... I feel like the digital isn't a true representation of what we're doing with the deck, but for sure we will get into this on paper. And again, it's just kind of... You got to remember what you're doing with the deck, what you're trying to deal with. I'm talking out my ass here for sure on the segment, but hey. It's my show, baby. So this is the community deck build deck of the week. Really appreciate everyone for popping in, giving some suggestions, and you know, just being there and supporting the community we have here going on. As much as I don't really like the word community, but a little play group of Magic card people we have. So love y'all. That's the segment.